everybody? Welcome to Real Talk with Chris and Travis. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. So today, man, we just want to throw something at y'all. We're going to talk about, let's change the way we think about disability, man. Because, I think that, it's not a negative topic, but it's still a lot of stuff in this world that need to change.
I think so too, man. I think, the way, we're portrayed in media,
Most definitely.
the way that we're, as far as like where we're treated like out in public. I think so.
I think that's a major thing too.
Yeah.
Normally,
employment.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
And, like my whole thing is, if I apply for a job and they don't let me kind of at least interview for it, I feel like create your own. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Of course, you can't create a chemical plant or a power plant, but
you can create something that's gonna make just as much money.
Yeah. Say that again. I don't think they heard you in the back.
You can create something that's gonna make just as much money.
Right, that green stuff, man. And I ain't talking about grass neither. I'm talking about money, paper, man. Because everybody like money. So think about it. There's a lot of stereotypes out here when you disabled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I say, with this episode, I think we need to change the way that we think about, disability as a society. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We need to be more inclusive. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's a couple of ways that you do that. And I'm going to just throw a couple of them out there. And Travis, whenever you feel like it, you can pick it up. The first thing I think is, when you're a construction company or you build like a place for kids or something like that, don't think about kids in general, but think about like disabled kids too.
Right.
Because things may be a little bit more difficult for them. I know when I was growing up, and even to this day, like I've never played laser tag at all, and I still would like to see what it's like. But every time I was invited to a birthday party and they had laser tag at the place, when everybody got ready to play laser tag, the laser tag people were looking at me like, "Where's he going?" I want a vest. Right. And they was like, "Well, unfortunately, sir, we hate to tell you this, but you're not gonna be able to play. I mean, it's dark in there. There's things you could trip over in there. People are gonna be running like crazy." And I'm like, "Y'all can't fix it? I mean, turn the lights on. I don't know, but."
Nah, not the lights. I've had the same experience with a laser tag as well, man. I wanted to play. They told me I couldn't go because,
Yeah.
there was no way for me to like maneuver and hold a gun at the same time. So I was like, why don't they have like electric wheelchairs so people?
You're right. So you can switch out that way.
I can use the little handle and still be holding my gun and still. It's like they don't think about stuff like that.
See, we're gonna have to build our own. See what I'm saying?
I feel like people are uneducated about things, so they think it's gonna be like a lot of money, or it's gonna be like a huge thing.
Like a hassle, man.
Yeah, hassle when it's really small.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I really feel like a lot of people out here are one-dimensional. As far as their thinking. You never change the way you think until something forces you to change the way you think.
Yeah.
And when that happens, you either gonna see things in a better light, or you're gonna be mad at yourself for not thinking like that earlier. And I really feel like if like you said before, these companies that are building these places, no matter what it is, it could be a restaurant, it could be some kind of public transportation, it could be some kind of game place for children. You said they need to hire more people with disabilities, real disabilities, and make them part of the think tank. That way, that disabled person can come up with scenarios that an able-bodied person may not have ever been in.
Yeah, there need to be more people with disabilities in these boardrooms, like actually making decisions. Like I don't really think, like the ADA and all these different people that's supposed to be overseeing companies that's, making their businesses successful. I don't really think they have people on those teams that's disabled making decisions, man.
I don't even. I agree with that.
Because the way things look, it's like there's no way somebody with a disability thought of that.
And with everything being about money, you would think like the disabled community is the biggest minority on the planet. So that means we would have most of the money.
Yeah, 15% of the U.S. is disabled
Right.
or has some type of disability. So I mean, you go into business to make money, right? You want to include everybody, right?
Right. If you
I would think so.
Right. Now I know I've done a lot of research as far as like online businesses and stuff like that, and they say that the more specific you are in business, then the better a chance that you have at your business being successful, rather than trying to hit all points. Just focus on one or two major things and run with that. And that makes sense. But we talking about people, human beings, you know what I'm saying? You can't focus on just this group of people and then not have stuff for them to be included in society with.
Right.
It don't work. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? So, like I said, this episode, man, everything starts in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to change the way that we as a society think about, being disabled. And
Right.
and we know that it's going to be a long road. You know what I'm saying? It's going to have some bumps in the road and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We get it. I mean, but come on, man. This been going on since we was kids. And we in our 30s now, man. Come on. What is the problem? What's the hold up? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that they have stuff that's like, okay, this is for people that's able-bodied, and this is for people that's disabled. And it's like, it's nothing wrong with that. I do appreciate every company that has done just that.
Mm-hmm.
Like transportation. They got buses made for us, and they got buses made for people that's able-bodied. I understand that. The buses that's made for disabled people, they come to your house and bring you where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
If you're able-bodied, you got to meet them at a bus stop.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one advantage. I understand that. Okay, but then there's still more able-bodied stuff out there to do as far as entertainment. You know?
So, I mean, I understand what you're saying. There needs to be better accessibility in the world.
Right, because better accessibility means more inclusion. And inclusion is what we aiming for.
I mean, I've ran into, you would think in 2022 that you wouldn't be running into things as far as like accessibility issues.
Right.
I went to this restaurant in New Orleans and there was no ramp. So they had to pull me into the restaurant, in the back of the restaurant, through the kitchen.
Huh?
I'm like, really? And the owner's excuse was, oh, the city won't let me change. They won't let me put a ramp. I'm like,
But it's your business.
come on, man. How can the city tell you that
And
don't make sense to me.
I get that for some things, but a ramp for people that's disabled, especially if somebody on a walker or a wheelchair,
Mm-hmm.
they trying to eat too. They trying to spend money on your establishment too. So what is the problem?
It's kind of uninviting,
Right.
and it's also a civil rights issue as well. If I wanted to take
Whoa.
it, if I really wanted to take it, then.
And speaking of restaurants, right? Talking about changing the way we think about disability. I struggle with some things in the kitchen as far as cooking, because my balance is a big issue. And I was doing some research to help me with some things in the kitchen. I like to read a lot, because reading is fundamental.
Mm-hmm.
And I read something that said when you're disabled and you're trying to cook or be in the kitchen, you have to make certain adjustments. And one of those adjustments may be putting a backpack on and putting all your ingredients to like your seasonings and stuff like that, depending on the size of your kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Put a backpack on, put your seasonings in the backpack and carry that to the area where you prep your food instead of going back and forth, so you don't have to worry about burning out your energy or possibly falling trying to get from one place to another.
Yeah.
But one of the things that it said if you're just not able to physically be in a place where you can cook your own meals, they was like then budget financially for you to order your food and have it brought to you, like using those food services like Uber Eats, Waiter, stuff like that. Depending on where you live, you might use Postmates. See what I'm saying? And it was like just plan to order your food every day, put that in your budget. And I was like, I get what they saying, make it like a regular bill. That's how you do your groceries and stuff. But But what if you ain't trying to live like that? Because it's hard to save money like that.
Yeah.
You know, if you ain't trying to live like that, then that's kind of not helping you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's about being independent, and me relying on food delivery companies is not independence.
Nah.
Because what if it's raining and they don't feel like coming out?
Yeah.
What if the company having a shortage? That mean I can't eat because,
Right.
you know?
I mean, independence is definitely something big for people with a disability, man. We don't want to have to depend on somebody hand and foot to do this and do that for us. We want to be able to get out on our own and do it, you know? Like having a vehicle with hand controls in it, you know?
Right.
Independence is definitely something big, you know? Or like living on your own.
And that's a major one.
Yeah.
That is major. Because, like my parents taught me, man, they was like, we're not going to be here forever. And when we go, we want to make sure you're going to be straight. Able to handle things on your own, you know?
Same thing my mom told me.
Because that's the truth.
Yeah. Could have been the best thing she ever did.
Yep. Sometimes being hard on people don't need to be seen as being hard. It need to be seen as I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
It's amazing how you can handle things when your mind is different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and being disabled, it is just like what it sounds like. It makes things difficult, but not impossible.
Differently able.
Right. Exactly.
Differently able.
You know, I had a friend of mine who, back when I was working before Sam's had shut down, he was a customer, and he used to always tell me, never forget that you're differently able. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what you mean, man? He was like, it's not that you don't have the ability. He said, just remember that your ability to do things is different. You have a different ability, not a disability.
Right.
And I was like, I had to chew on that for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and everything starts in your mind. If you tell yourself you're disabled and you can't, then it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you didn't talk yourself out of it before you made a move. So, what we're saying is, to the companies that we hope may see this soon, I don't know how y'all form y'all think tanks when y'all build y'all companies. I don't know. Maybe y'all send out, questionnaires or something like that. I don't know. But find a way to get some people that's disabled to give y'all some input, and take that information and really do something with it. You know what I'm saying? I always think about when you say you had went to a hotel and you was telling the guy, y'all need to have this and that and this, and he started writing stuff down and you was like, hey, man.
Yeah, I went to a hotel, man. They had just finished building the hotel, so I was like, person I was with, I was like, hey, let's go up in there and see, show us around. So we went in there, asked the lady at the front desk, can we see some rooms or whatever? And she was like, yeah. So she grabbed some guy, I guess he's like some type of executive or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he showed us some rooms, and he was asking me, like, we went in the first room or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't get past, like, all the way past the front door or whatever, because there was like a big old something in front of the bed. I don't know what it was. Something you sit on.
Something like maybe like a chest or something like that, or
like something you sit on at the end of the bed. I forgot what they call.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was in the way. I'm like, I can't even get past, going to the room. And I'm like, okay, can you show us a different room? So he showed us a different room. I can get past it this time, go inside the room or whatever. And I'm like, so I looked in the bathroom. I'm like, I can't even get in the shower because there was like some type of little step, some little stoop or whatever. You got to step over to get in the shower.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so where are your handicap accessible rooms? And he was like, well, all of the rooms are kind of the same. And I was like, so what do y'all think about doing this, and this? I named a few things. He's like, that's a good idea. So he was like, okay, well, and he was like, okay, well, let me show you another room. Show me a different room, different style, different layout or whatever. And I was like, okay, y'all should change this, change that. And he was like, oh, really? And he pulled his notepad out or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, what else?
Started getting wet with that pen.
Yeah. He was like, what else you think? And I'm like, the person I was with, they looked at me like,
stop talking.
stop talking. And I was like, yeah, that's it. We gotta go now. Well, we got other things to do today. We were just in town, on vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, thank you. I'm gonna use these notes and give it to our higher ups.
Yeah, can I see your notepad, man? That's nice. Let me see that. There you go.
Yeah. So I'm like,
he about to come up off of you.
I gave him a few things, and wasn't nothing.
See, now me, what I would have done in that situation, and I'm saying from the perspective of being the person who either was like a manager or somebody who even owned the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, what I would have done is, I'm looking at you and whoever you were with as a potential customer that's gonna put money, spend money with us. So I would have been like, I tell y'all what, I do apologize. We are not as handicap accessible as we should be. But what I can do is the room where you were able to actually get into, because the chest or whatever wasn't blocking the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask you personally and be like, okay, you can physically get the wheelchair into this room. What other adjustments do we need to make that I could personally make today? Yeah. And what I would do is let y'all get this room for however many nights y'all need and give y'all a discount. Because that's going to look good on me. It's going to look good on the hotel chain. See what I'm saying? And then y'all going to be happy, which means y'all going to tell other people, which is going to get us more business. But people don't think like that.
Well, how about you partner with me and let's get this contract going. We can partner and I can be a consultant for the. I can be a consultant for the hotel. You can You can keep it comp. I ain't really care about the complimentary room.
Oh, that's what you would. Yeah, that's what you would have told.
Yeah, I mean, I can pay for the room. I ain't really worried about that, but.
That boy got the Eric Thomas bread, huh? I see you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. It's like, I feel like it's always a way to fix a situation, man. Especially with all of the technology and stuff that we have these days. It's no excuse for saying that a place is handicap accessible, and then when a person comes that needs those features, it's like, well, we wasn't thinking to this extreme. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've read countless posts on through Google while I was researching how to mop a floor or how to cook in the kitchen, how to work out, when you disabled. Mm-hmm. I put disabled and the first thing that starts popping up is how to do these things when you're injured.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the difference between an injury and a disability is the injury could go away. You see what I'm saying? And then you back to your normal self.
Yeah.
But a disability could be forever.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that it will be forever, because we know that God is still in the healing business and he still heals. So I never say a disability is forever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I've been disabled for almost 38 years, but I still say one day God gonna heal me and I'm gonna throw them crutches in the trash. But until that day comes, accessibility, inclusion, being part of a think tank that's gonna actually come up with scenarios where people that are able-bodied didn't, they might be like, well, I didn't think about that. You know what I'm saying? So.
And also another one, man, the media. I feel like the media doesn't really portray people with a disability well. It's always somebody that's not really disabled or whatever.
And they may use one of us as an understudy.
Yeah, and they're always sick or about to die or just. It's always something that's not really
something depressing. It's like, come on,
not really appealing. I don't like that. It's just the media always portrayed us in a bad light.
I was I done said this on the podcast a couple of times, and I wrote a children's book, and in the children's book I put myself in as the character, and the drawings actually have the crutches and everything. Mm-hmm. And so I was talking to my dad, and I was explaining to him that I have some stories in my head that I'm gonna write that is gonna make the can't get my words out. It's gonna make the disabled person the focus of the story,
mm-hmm.
but they're not gonna appear as though they're weak or that they have to have so much help.
Yeah.
It's like regular scenarios, but I don't want to say making the person a superhero, but to an able-bodied person, they may seem like a superhero.
Yeah.
If that make any sense. Because there's not a lot of movies or television shows that feature people with disabilities as a main character.
Right.
Matter of fact, the last TV show that I remember growing up with where a disabled person was the main character, and I don't know how many people gonna remember this show, it's called The Mantis. I don't know if you ever even heard of it. But The Mantis featured a black man who was disabled, I think from like a car wreck or something happened, and he was stuck in a wheelchair. But he was a scientist. And he actually built a suit that he could climb out of the wheelchair and climb into this suit that stood up. And when he climbed into the suit strengthened the parts of him that was weak. So much so that he was able to go like fight crime and stuff like that. So y'all get a chance, like pull it up on YouTube or something. It was a cool show.
The only show I know about now that's somebody that's in that's like in the wheelchair that's like has like a, I guess you could say, a major role. Is I think it's the show NCIS, I believe.
You talking about Patton? I think that's his name in the show.
I forgot his name. I think his name Daryl.
I know who you're talking about.
But he played on House Party. Yeah. That's the only person I can think of in a wheelchair that's like actually like with a major role in something, you know. You know, but I mean, I just felt like there should be more done, you know.
Oh yeah. You know, and I feel like it's almost like give us a chance. That's what it sounds like. But I'm not saying like
I'm leaving begging.
That's what I was finna get to. We not begging saying, oh, we need this and that, just do it for. Nah, man, we just whatever everybody else have access to, we want that same access, even if y'all got to make some adjustments. Same access. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's why when you go certain places, you will see wider doorways. See what I'm saying? Because somebody thought about a person with a medical device.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why when you go certain places, you'll see like this seating area is for people that's able-bodied, and this seating area is for those that's disabled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they thought about people with medical devices.
Right.
You know, so that's why the movie theaters are set up the way they are. You got seats that's not on the floor, and they not up in the risers, but the way they made is like, let's say Travis wanted to get out the wheelchair and actually sit in a seat. He could sit in the seat and park the chair next to his seat. Yeah. For me, I use them same seats. Why? Because I don't have to go up no steps. And I slide the crutches up under my feet. Those seats have lots of leg room, so I don't have to worry about somebody walking past me and trip on a crutch. Because I've had that happen at a movie theater.
I think movie theaters should, you know, allow people in wheelchairs to be able to sit anywhere they want to sit at, instead of just sitting at the bottom. I hate that.
Make the aisles wider.
Yeah, make the aisles wider, and like give her the steps. You know, make it to where we could sit where we want to sit, not just be.
Make some kind of ramp or something like a.
Just stuck at the bottom all the time.
Right. They're just like when you go to the Centralplex for some different events. They got an area where, like, if you're able-bodied, you can go up the little steps and all that. I hate them steps at the Centralplex because they short and they small. I hate it. Yeah. But then the area for people that's disabled, it's a wide open space with a railing, almost like a balcony. And you just walk in it, and it's a whole bunch of space. But the thing is, there's no seats. They have to use regular metal folding chairs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what if these chairs ain't comfortable and we sitting for 2 hours, man? Come on.
I guess they don't expect you to come with somebody.
That too.
That's what it is, huh?
And it's like, but what if these chairs aren't comfortable?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, we're not complaining. We just kind of giving y'all, again, these companies some food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like I say, man, we the largest minority on the planet. That means deep pockets. You know, so.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta, instead of asking for a seat at the table, you gotta build your own table.
Yup. With electronic seats, you heard?
Yeah, y'all let us know your thoughts on this, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. Also, we are on TikTok. Same handle as the Instagram and the YouTube is Real Talk with Chris and Travis. We also have an email address. It is realtalkwithchrisandtravis@yahoo.com. So y'all feel free to please hit us up there. You know, pick our brains.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever questions y'all may have, whatever, things that y'all have been through, it may be similar, or not. We can kind of give you a fresh perspective on somebody outside really feeling the content. Thank you. But yeah, man. So y'all feel free to hit us up, man. And we'll be back.
Oh yeah, stay tuned.
And we'll be back with another video. And we out.
Peace.